fun.
WNST, Towson, Baltimore.
Okay.
I'm going to keep you around because I like you. But
thanks.
If I started jumping up on stage in the middle of you banging on drums, you'd be upset with me.
I'd throw a stick and
you would hit me in the
impale
ear.
you. No, I wouldn't. I'd say, come on, have some fun.
George Candelas told this story of you hitting somebody with a drumstick and starting a fight.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
I probably did.
Yeah,
oh,
back in the punk rock
Jesus.
days. Scratch and sniff days. Is that true?
I'm sure that's true.
It's all brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. We're out here at the Beaumont and our friends at Winter Nation. It is our 25th anniversary. It is the Maryland Crab Cake Tour. You know, we haven't had a crab cake in this segment. So Gina and I are fighting over the menu. She's one of these type Dundalk. This is when Dundalk comes to Catonsville. You can't trust Dundalk in Catonsville. So they do this fried lobster tail here that the chef has worked on for a
His
lifetime.
entire life.
She has prepared this painstakingly with incredible precision, with delicacy,
with wonderful results. Obviously,
it's unbelievable. And then Gina's coming in. Can you give me that poached? And I'm like, just take it the way she makes it.
Okay, I gave
It's going to be delicious. How are the mussels?
Really good.
Right,
delicious. You know, last night
how are the fried green tomatoes?
I didn't tell you last night, Wendell. I got in an argument with the man at Michael's.
Oh no!
You did? What?
Yeah, Johnny was there, and Johnny told me to leave.
Johnny came.
Johnny was there. My brother.
You had a soft
and I felt
shell
bad.
crab.
I had a soft crab last night at this restaurant called Michael's on Eastern Avenue, right up the street from me.
I didn't have a soft crab.
My 9th grade prom, it was my prom place.
Well, there used to be called
Smitty's.
So I got a massage and I went there to see Penny, the barmaid, and the family. They own that place, whatever, the Greek family, and I wanted to say hi to her. And I walked in and she was like, Gina. I said, give me that whatever drink I normally get. It's that Manhattan window, or is it an old-fashioned? One or the other. When I go there, I get one of these drinks they make me. Anyway, I had that, and she was like, oh, my God, we just got soft crabs, and Gina, you need to have a soft crab. And Penny, I don't think I want a soft crab. I'm not that hungry. Have one. And she said, how do you want it? I said, well, of course, I want it on white bread with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Lettuce, tomato,
not
lettuce,
toast,
tomato.
Just bread.
No, on white bread.
Okay.
Wonder preferably.
Wonder.
Yeah. Lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Soft crab.
Now, when's the last time you had that in your life?
I don't even remember because it's been such a long time.
You can't get that in San Francisco because you get those awful Dungeness.
No, won't get it. So, and I haven't had one here in a really long time. She brought me, this was an explosion. It was like caviar in my mouth. It was the best thing. I don't know what to say. I'm telling everybody.
You're going back and getting another one.
Oh, you bet. And I'm bringing all my friends with me because you got to go there and get the soft crab. It was amazing. Anyway, point of the story is that I'm sitting there. My brother's sitting next to me. He came and we actually had a decent conversation. We didn't fight. And there was a guy two stools down, and he was talking about killing rabbits, okay? And when he said something about, oh, well, you grab them by the ears and you skin them down, and I was like, hey, you, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that. Don't do that. This is a place where people eat, and how dare, I went nuts on him. My brother said, shut up, and Penny came over and calmed me down, and then I left because it really offended me, and I went outside in the car and I cried because it really upset me to think of him grabbing this poor rabbit by the ears.
I have a rabbit that lives out in front of my house every day.
This poor little angel. I said, what are you doing with a rat? I don't remember what I said, but I can imagine what I said. Of a poor little rabbit. Oh, and then you grab it by the ears and you pull the skin up. And I thought, what a horrible thing.
Chef's here. Hold on, the chef's here. Hold on.
Hi, baby.
We got to stop everything here. Hold on. I got to. Donnie, do you want the honors of the microphone or do you want the chef?
So this is the.
Hold on.
Wow,
don't knock the water over. Don't pull a hardball on me.
Nobody's going to,
Please
knock
don't
it
knock
over
the
on
water
a
over here.
Oh, my God.
You're gonna spill it on my Baltimore Colts belt buckle here.
Oh, Christ.
Hi. Are you the nice lady that makes me all this delicious food?
Yes.
What's your name?
Oh.
Shawnee,
how are you?
I'm good, and you?
All right. So I order the lobster tail the way God meant for it to be, the way you make it, with this delicious fried chickeny deliciousness.
Groove.
Well, how do you deal with picky customers like this, like Gina? She's a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. She's royalty. You know what I mean? So if she wants it poached, I guess you'll poach it.
We'll poach it.
Tell her why this is so delicious.
Said, yeah, I'm sure there's a reason and you're making it that way. But I'm like, oh man, since I'm back in Baltimore, everybody's frying stuff, and I like it sautéed or something.
Well, this is sort of sauteed.
It's made with like 15
Love.
different herbs.
I bet it
Hold
is. I'm sure there's a reason why you do it the way you do it.
There's
babe.
a million things
Right?
going on in
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I'm
Gina,
sure.
here, I want you to have this explosion.
I'm good, and I know it's gonna rock
there's
my
a fork
world.
over there. You got a
I know
fork
it's
right over
gonna
there.
rock my world.
See, we're
Okay.
the only ones on the crab cake tour eating friggin'
Oh, listen
lobster,
to him.
talking about eating soft shell
Oh, my
crabs
God.
and dundalk.
What
And
is that?
rabbits, for crying out loud.
Oh,
This
don't.
is one of my favorite things in the world. So you get a little dip butter. You ready? Yeah. Right? You want more? You're gonna do this what you did to my crab cake at Costas? She stole my food last time we were together. I thought we
Wow.
were friends, but
Okay. I mean, it is fabulous. Let's face it.
I mean, right?
Look at him.
Right?
No.
Yeah, no, he's gonna take it. See, this is what now.
He's going to offer you, Matt. He wants your hand, and he's going
You
to offer.
lost him. Shantae, you lost him. It's over.
Thank
She's
you.
got to work dinner here. You can't have her right now. That's it.
It's very good, darling.
Well, you know,
Thank you.
we love Beaumont. We come in all the time. My wife and I came in Monday night, and you had lamb chops, and you had shrimp wrapped in bacon with a delicious cotija cheese and corn, street corn, right? I did not get the street corn. I wound up getting the lamb chops, and they were unbelievable. They were
Corny,
delicious.
corn, corn.
Little sauce on the side, little peach, like peach marmalade. What is that?
White peach barbecue.
Well, you
Well,
guys
there
know
you
what
go.
you're doing
There
around
you
here.
go.
Now, you've cooked at State Fair and other places, right?
Yeah.
So I bet you've made me chicken and waffles. You've made me shrimp and grits. I just don't know it. See, these are the people. I always know the bartenders in these. I get to meet the people behind the people.
You don't
What's-
know who really counts here.
So what's the number one dish here? What's that you make the most of in the back at Beaumont these
Right
days?
now is the rockfish.
Oh, in
I love
season.
rockfish. Oh, yeah. Oh,
In
yeah.
season. How do you do that? Capers? Anything going on there?
Like a lemon caper dill sauce.
If it's got a caper on it, I'm eating it. I
love
love capers. Anything with capers,
Stuffed
I
with
do.
Jumbo crab meat.
So
Well, top with
your
jumbo
crab
crab
cake, describe it for our audience here a little bit. I've had it before. Evan talked about it being a family recipe that he had at one point. It's a very,
only
very
like-
simple crab cake,
There's
right?
only 3 ingredients. Like 3, say about 4 ingredients. All jumbo lump crab meat.
I can tell you work around a stove because you're all you're all burned up. This is you know what? This is a sign of a good chef right here. Come here. See that? That means she's working in a goddamn.
God bless you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I get it.
Well, thanks for bringing this out, and thanks for dealing with Picky.
Baby, that was
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Thank
Picky
you so
rock and
much.
roll.
Glad
Oh,
y'all-
love you. Thank you.
See that? See, now we're having fun around here.
You
now
bet.
we're getting somewhere
Now, that was
around
good.
here.
That was good.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm getting.
That was beyond good.
I'm
It was
glad
pretty,
I pulled
like,
this last piece
incredible.
out because you're going to eat it.
Oh, shut up. Will you? Can I kill you?
All right.
It
So,
says, oh, that's the tail. Oh, shoot. Okay.
so can I?
Go ahead, Daddy. Go
I want to
ahead,
have
go
a little bit of fun with you.
Yeah, I bet.
Because, like, because I
You
don't.
want some here?
This is. I have.
Oh,
I have
hold
a
on.
go-go CD. All right. I was going to get you to autograph this too, but your hands are too greasy at this
Okay,
point.
hold on.
You're making a mess.
Honey, what do you want?
You look like Daryl Hannah in Splash eating the
Right there,
lobster with the. I think she's just looking at.
Baby, right
grab it.
there. Well, that was
So,
crazy good.
Look, I have
And,
Go-Go's
like,
greatest hits here. Okay?
Yes, I do.
And
I
I
see
really
it.
want to talk to you, and this is
Get
going to
this
be
outta here.
where I
Yeah.
get to be Nasty Nestor, and you've had a couple of drinks, and we have some fun. All right.
I'm ready.
All right. Gina Schock's here, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Dundalk. We grew up in the same neighborhood. She's making a mess of the place.
I'm trying to clean up, Nestor. I'm trying to make it nice,
That's
hon.
yeah. That's
Trying
what
to help.
worrying me. You're worrying me here.
Okay, I'm done.
All right.
I'm back.
So let's go through these songs
Yes,
here.
sir.
I just want you to do
I have
the
my
word
purse, please?
association or whatever you
Can I
would
have my
say.
bag, please? I'm listening, Nestor. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Our lips are
Thanks,
sealed.
babe.
What
Please.
would I need to know about Our Lips Are Sealed? They came out on video. You all were beautiful. You were like fresh.
Okay.
I was 13. You guys were like 20.
We know the story about Our Lips Are Sealed, okay? I'll tell you, though. I'll go through it again.
I don't want anything that's in the movie. I want something that's not in the movie. I want something
Well,
fresh.
baby, it's all there. Where's the keys? Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
We got a problem. Where's Wendell?
See, this is what
You
happens when you
took
do
the
live
keys,
radio. That's not
Wendell.
live radio.
Honey? I think you took the keys.
No, see, this is. I'm married.
I
know
got
what this
it.
is like.
Hello.
And
Got 'em, babe.
every time she says they're missing, she finds them.
No.
Right, exactly.
That's because he put them in there.
I'm in that sort of relationship.
He
20
put 'em
years
there.
this week I've been married.
He put 'em there.
Tuesday. We're going to see Tommy Conwell down at the beach. Rock and roll, when we do rock and roll here, it comes with, it's like Kiss or like the New York Dolls here.
Yeah, okay.
You can't do rock and roll without makeup.
I have to have lipstick at
You
least.
can't. I mean, it's not a rock and roll show yet.
Nestor, look, let me tell you something.
So it's funny you worried
I-
about your lips when I ask you about Our Lips Are Sealed.
Well, because I've been eating and I I'm like, you need to put lipstick on.
Okay, I want to talk to you about songwriting. About
What about the art shade? Okay.
well, I see
excuse me.
songwriting credits of all of you on here,
No,
right, at various points, right?
We didn't write Our Lips Are Sealed.
I know that.
I wrote practically nothing in the band, which is like why I wrote, excuse me, when I wasn't working with the band, because it was sort of set up that certain folks worked with certain other people, and that was the way it was set up, and you weren't kind of allowed in there. And so I chose to write with other people outside of the band, and I did all right with that, because then I got stuff with Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez. I didn't do bad.
Right.
And I was like, whatever, fuck you.
Well, but at the end of the day, you were thought of as the drummer in the band.
I can always be thought of as a drummer, and I'm super proud of being thought of as a drummer, because I did some fucking awesome beats.
Right.
We got the beat, is all I can say. When you hear the beginning of the song, you know what it is. It's very simple, and it's beautiful, but, I'm very proud of that. So, I'm a drummer, number one. Number two, I'm a songwriter. And then number three, I'm a vocalist. I can sing as well, but
I didn't know that about you.
So,
and the way my wife didn't know John could play the drums, you got in front of the band.
Well, there you go. Because in the band, it was always like a big deal about who's going to sing backing vocals, and I was like, I don't fucking care. I'll just play drums. I don't care who. You know what? I'll sing on the record, and when we play live, I'll just play drums, and that's cool with me. That's cool. But you know what? I mean, I don't have a great voice, but I do have a voice that I can express what I feel, what I think. What I'm writing, and then I do so. And if folks like it, that's great. If they don't, fuck them. What am I going to do? It's my voice.
Well, you're about to do an EP. You did a couple of songs, including one you're very proud of that you're going to release. I heard the song that night, and I said to my wife, this is a good song, right? And I haven't heard it again since that night.
I have so many songs that I need to record. I want to write some new stuff with my band, and I have a lot of stuff. I've written hundreds and hundreds of songs, and I just want to get things down on tape and put them out, and let the general public hear them, see what they think. I'm doing a reboot of Middle of Nowhere from the original House of Schock. I'll put that out there on the radio, and then a song called Smile Pretty, which is going to be out in the 28th and of July. And so I'm just doing what comes natural to me, and that is, record music, put it out there, sing, play drums, write, whatever. As long as it has to do with music, I'm there. I'm happy.
Well, your big thing lately's been younger people coming out.
Well,
and mentoring, really, right?
I mean, love it.
You're
at
at that point in your life where you're teaching people how to play the drums.
And songwriting and much more. At this point in my life, I've done so much and in so many different areas of the business that when I meet, a young artist, there's so much that I can impart to them, and they can, I think they'll benefit from what I have to say, and so I'm ready and willing to do that with certain folks that I think are ready to do something. There's a fellow named Dylan right now out of Pennsylvania that me and my friend Jocko Caraco, great guitarist and songwriter. He lives in L.A., and he and I have written a lot of stuff together, and I brought him this fellow Dylan from Pennsylvania, and he is wonderful. I think could really be something, and he could make it in the business, put it that way. He has what it takes. He's got an incredible voice. He's a good little songwriter. He's a beautiful guy. He's a beautiful kid. He's only like 16 or something. He's this guy's something.
Well, and the power of the internet now, and the power
yeah,
of social
I know,
media,
right?
You did it the old-fashioned way,
yes.
right? I mean, I don't even know how. How did you get discovered?
That's beautiful.
What would you say that would was there one night that just changed your life? Somebody saw you play and said,
there wasn't one night, but I'll tell you, when I went to Cali, when I went to L.A. and started playing with the band with the Go-Go's, I sort of changed the way that those guys worked, and sort of brought in, a way to approach rehearsals, songwriting, everything to do with being
a
musician.
pro, right.
Yeah. It was like, okay, we got to rehearse 5 nights a week. We can work during the day, but then rehearse at night. They had not done that, and that's sort of where I came from.
That was
my
eating the
work
eggs,
ethic.
that was scratch and sniff,
that was my
right?
work ethic, and so I brought that to them, and it changed because I felt like when I first saw them play, and I thought, wow. They're not really good, but there's something about them that's special. I don't exactly know. I can't put my finger on it.
Was it your style of music, or was it not?
No, it was because I was into the whole punk scene, and it was like new wave punk scene. I was into that whole thing, and I saw them play, and they were like they taught me something that I hadn't done, and that was how to have fun with an interaction with the audience. I was like way too serious and like so focused on just playing that I wasn't like participating in the fun aspect of being in a band, and that's like interacting with the crowd. And those girls were having so much fun with the audience, and I thought like, wow, I need this. And they needed what I had to offer.
The beat.
And it was perfect. It was a perfect combination. They needed somebody to come in and kick their ass, and I needed someone to come in and say, hey, have a little more fun.
Do you remember the first time that you walked in a room and
with them?
Sat behind a kit?
Oh, yeah, with the girls.
Did it feel like it was going to change your life that day or no?
Yes, it did.
You felt it was big that day?
They felt it, and I felt it because we all looked at each other and was like, oh, my God, yeah, this is right. This is the way it should be. This is like we are bringing something to the table with each other that hasn't happened before. So let's just let it flow. That's sort of the way it was. It was real obvious, Nestor, really obvious. And I remember it well.
You smile about that. Those are good days, right? With the new band and me being a part of putting these people together.
Yeah.
How did that happen? I mean,
when we were all in the
sort of
same
blown
room.
away it all worked out
come
the way
to
it
a
has.
rehearsal. We were all in the same room, and it was like, yeah, okay, I get it. These guys get it. They get it, and they're good. I don't have to kick their ass to do shit. I just are like, here's what we need to do. Let's do it. And they're all, yes. It's a nice feeling.
That's a good band, right?
Oh, because they're all pros. They're great players. They're great players. They have a lot of heart. They have a lot of soul with what they're doing. You can't buy that, but they all have that. It's all there.
Gina Schock is our guest. We're doing the Maryland Lottery, Maryland Crab Cake Tour that is included. That's a Maryland fried lobster.
Oh gosh,
chicken
it was
fried.
good. It was so yummy.
It's chicken fried lobster,
Yummy.
delicious, dusted. They're doing mussels out here. They're doing also rockfish out here. The Maryland Crab Cake Tour. We're at Beaumont. Go over to State Fair. You can get down to El Guapo, the basement as well. We got people in the bar here. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Gina Schock in the house. There she is.
Yo!
We haven't even talked about We Got the Beat. So
what about it? What do you want to know?
When I think of that song, I think of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, right?
I know, and guess what? It was just on TCM the other night, and I watched it, and it was like, because it starts out with We Got the Beat.
It starts at the mall.
Oh, my God. And that and Almost Famous came on next, and I was in tears.
You're a sucker for that
I
era.
was in tears because I looked at that kid, and I thought that's who I was when I was a kid. All I cared about was music. I just wanted to meet rock stars. I wanted to just get all that, get everything they were putting out. I wanted to absorb that. I wanted to be that. And it never had a thing to do with gender, Nestor. Never. I never thought they're a guy, I'm a girl. It was about the music. That's all that mattered, music.
Well, being a girl didn't hold you back as much
Never.
once 81 happened. Once you broke.
Other people thought that. I didn't think that. And that's the way the band was. The Go-Go's, like, we were just a gang of girls having a great time and doing what we love to do. And, I know other folks were like, oh, they're women or they're girls, whatever. And, the business is not used to that. Oh, there haven't been any girl bands that have really been highly successful. And we never thought about it because we just loved what we were doing. And we're like, I hope y'all catch on to this. So.
Oh, it didn't take long.
It didn't take long. That's true. That's true.
Well, I mean, watching it from afar, and I see these songs, and I mean, when I think Vacation, I see the video, right?
Yeah.
And the video was kitschy and weird and funny and surfy and.
We did that video at the Chaplin Soundstage on La Brea. Charlie Chaplin's soundstage.
She didn't really do it out on the water.
No, that was all recorded. I think Mick Haggerty, the dude that directed it, Mick and, oh, God, what's the other fellow's name? I need to be like.
You need to have Wikipedia
whatever.
in front of you.
Mick and whatever. They went to like the Florida Everglades. They recorded these girls that were flying around on skis, and we used that. And the whole idea came from our manager, Ginger Canzaneri, at the time. She was just a friend of ours and became our manager. You know.
And that was just, we're going to do this funny, waving,
Yeah.
like,
Ginger's
fake
idea,
surfing.
and she was great. Yeah, it was a great idea.
You know why it's a great
She had a
idea?
postcard, Nestor. She had a postcard of these 5 women doing this sort of a pose.
In pink tutus kind of
Yes,
thing?
and she was like, "Oh, what about this?" She brought it to Mick Haggerty and the other dude, and we were like, "Yeah, we like the idea," and so we followed it.
You know what makes it great? That 40 years later, I still talk about it. And you probably don't talk about it much, right? People don't ask you about it ever. But when I think about your band
look,
in that
people
era...
ask me about it more than I think about it, that's for sure.
Well, this is how I consumed it, though, Gina, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm home on MTV. I'm 15 years old, and there are these 5 pretty girls, and they had a couple of hits, and one of them's from Baltimore, and you opened for the Police, you're opening for these bands at that time, and then you did your own thing.
Yeah.
Then you're in the movie soundtracks.
Well,
it all happened, man.
we opened for the Police, and at the end of that tour, we took 2 weeks off, and then we came back and played all the arenas that we had opened up for them. And that was kind of cool.
Went back to the same,
Went
but you had
back
the
to
bigger
Madison
dressing
Square
room.
Garden.
But you
and,
had the big dressing room.
Yeah,
instead
we
of
had
the small.
the big everything. Yeah, it was cool. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing.
And what's a beautiful thing is that all these years later, I can still go back, maybe not play the biggest venues, but go and play at venues where people go nuts over these songs. And it's a beautiful thing. They love what we do. They love seeing us play. And I hope we get back and do some stuff. But in the meantime, I'm happy to be talking about this band and talking about what I'm doing at this particular time in my life. Because I'm having a great time. And I owe it all to the Go-Go's. Once again, I thank the Go-Go's for everything. But my band House of Schock is so badass.
They are.
And we have some goddamn good
Yeah.
songs. And
You
so,
keep messing
yeah.
your hair up instead
I'm
of fixing
sorry,
it.
like,
You're
it's
messing it up,
itchy.
not fixing it up.
I can't have
And I want you to
this.
look good. You know, it's
well,
important to me.
my fucking-
I'll say this. Last year, I was not prepared for you to come in at Drug City. Then at
Drug
Costas,
City.
it was Christmas, and I was doing a lot of George and Joyce were there, and
Yeah.
John were telling Scratch and Sniff and all that. So I didn't talk any like Go-Go's with you at all
That's
about
okay.
any of this. But in the I told you, you show up because of our relationship and because Google hears everything I say and whatever.
Yeah.
YouTube, you show up, stuff with you and the band, interviews, old video stuff. But the one thing that showed up that I spent my half an hour doing was the night you went in the Hall of Fame. I went back and watched that front to back, you guys on stage,
Yeah.
the energy you brought, you giving the count for We Got the Beat in the beginning. And I thought, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Nestor, that whole night is a big blur to me.
You haven't gone back and watched it yet?
No, I haven't. But
You
I
should.
mean,
It's good.
the whole thing was
You guys
so.
kicked
It was
ass that night.
very surreal. I don't even remember playing those songs. The adrenaline was pumping so hard. I felt like I was going to pass out at any moment.
It looked a little bit like you looked very
serious.
frenetic. You looked
You
amped.
bet, because I felt like I was going to pass out. I couldn't believe that was happening to me. Because I'm a kid from Dundalk, from Baltimore. I'm a kid from Dundalk.
Right on,
and
right
you know what?
on.
And that happened, and I was like, oh my God, this is really happening. All my dreams really have come true. I can't believe this shit. It's unbelievable. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful.
See that? You gotta get the chilies back. All right, we're gonna end the show on that. I made her happy. Gina Schock,
Oh,
the
boy.
House of Schock. You can find all that stuff. She's got a book. Go buy it on all things.
This is awesome. I love
This is
that.
really
I'm very,
cool
very
too.
happy to be a part of that.
We talked about this in the last segment. Preserving Your
Sorry.
Memory magazine.
Oh, I pulled that
has
up.
done a piece.
It's
because
I look
Gina.
good on that. It's because I look good. That's why I
The
pulled
Go-Go's
that up.
drummer. So I'll put the Go-Go's drummer. Yeah, I'll do that right
No, I'm
there.
kidding.
Paused her music career to take care of her parents, and there's some real important information here about Alzheimer's, about dementia. My father had dementia at the end of his life. My mother, she looked at me an hour before she died, sharp as a tack. And I was with your drummer, John Allen, the night my mother died. He and I had tickets to see Tesla at the
God.
Fillmore. I left my mother. I knew she was going to die at some point very soon. I left her with her family, and I said, I'll be back in 5 hours. I'll spend the whole night with you. I'm going to spend the whole night with you. And she blinked at me. She knew I was the only one that could understand her at the last day of her life.
Yeah.
She died, and I was with John. John and I had just ordered a beer. And my text went off, and we stopped everything. I ran back up. I was back in Baltimore 30 minutes, and it was just, But like there's something about it that none of us are prepared for ever.
Oh,
right?
you'll never be prepared for it, no matter how much. I mean, like I said, I talked to a psychiatrist for a decade to deal with my parents passing, and in the end, when it happens, there's nothing you can do to prepare for it. You can
Time. You need time.
Yes, and grief is a weird thing, Nestor. It's I don't even know. Whatever. That's
Comes
a whole
and
nother
goes.
thing.
Comes and
Yeah,
goes.
it doesn't. You don't know what to even make of it except to just
It's
go
a
with
wave.
it. And yes, it is a wave.
It's a wave.
And life is this. Life is that wave.
I'm going to wave over to the bar and have a drink with you.
Go ahead,
We're
baby.
going to end this.
All right.
Donnie, we're ending this. Did we do okay today?
Yeah, I think we did all right.
Don- hold on. I'll put your headset. You started the show here, man. So, his grandfather was the head coach of the Colts, Super Bowl V, the only Super Bowl the Colts ever won. Don McCaffrey. McCaffrey's here. So, the lobster, she ate it the right way, the way you wanted it made.
Gina wanted it her way, and I said, well, we'd happily do that, but I'm glad you enjoyed it our way.
I did.
This ain't Burger King.
Honestly,
it's the Beaumont.
we're just super honored to have
Something's
such
burning.
a rock star. I usually reserve that compliment
Something's
for
burning.
like.
Yeah, are you?
It's our smoked
smoked old fashioned. You're smelling.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
we
I
smoke
got
coke.
worried. Okay, go ahead.
you
You
know,
thought
we
it was a fire.
No, I was going to say
we
it
try
was-
and live in the edge of our seats around here, right?
I love that.
Like,
In Dundalk, we call the fire department.
Yeah.
The fire department's right here, though. They come put it out. This is my Baltimore Colts belt buckle.
Oh my God!
I screwed up with you today.
This almost brought me to tears today. I had a lot of other things nostalgic. That is the one thing that brought me to
Oh my
that.
God! It's so cool.
Nestor, and did you see Nestor's belt buckle earlier before we got? He's got his Cars buckle
So
on.
I wore the Cars belt buckle for you today. I wasn't thinking to wear the police belt buckle.
I mean,
this is my
That's
Cars
awesome.
buckle, So
Oh my God!
Um,
You know what? I met everyone in the band. I actually hung out with Elliot Easton. Like he's a
Oh,
sweetheart.
my
Okay, so anyway, wait. So they
Touch
came
and
to
go.
see us play. Oh, this could go on,
yeah, all right.
They came to see us play at Boston Gardens. Rick Okasek and the whole
my
group. the
He's
whole
from
bunch.
Baltimore.
I know that.
Yeah.
And it was really great. We sold out Boston Garden. This was in, I don't know, whatever. And they were so lovely, and Rick was great. And I really looked up to them because I thought their songs were incredible. They spoke big in the 80s about what was going on lyrically, and the music was so good.
And we still listen to it. That's how good it is.
yes, of course. I
But
can't believe it. He's
speaking
dead.
big in the '80s, though, like the Go-Go's. I mean, come on, like.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
a fanboy you all.
Okay, I get
I
it.
already
bands,
fanboyed her, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is like I'm talking to a whole
I
Hall
just
of
wanted to
Fame
autograph my
I
CD
mean,
cover.
Hall of Fame rock star
I-
drummer.
Anyway, but so
You know,
those,
yeah.
I was excited to meet everybody in the Cars.
I mean, the Cars are
I thought they were wonderful. I was a big fan.
I still am.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Oh my God! what?
Ridgemont High, Life's in Stereo, and the pool
Bum,
scene.
bum,
Everybody knows the pool. She doesn't care about the pool
bum,
scene.
bum.
He knows about the pool
Yeah, that's
scene.
what's her name's
Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe Cates.
Yes.
So I used to hang out with Phoebe and a friend of hers, which I
You
can't
got to be kidding me.
No, in New York
Let's have a
City
moment.
Oh
in the
my
90s,
God.
we all hung out together.
Oh, my
That was just when
Gina
she had
knows
married.
everybody.
That was
I
when she
mean-
just married. What's his name? Kevin? No, the comedian. He was.
Well, he wasn't me.
Fucking help
Okay.
me! No, help me,
I
guys.
can't help you.
Who's,
I don't
who's
know.
she married to?
God, I have to
She had just-
Wikipedia
wait,
it
she-
now.
she had just
Who
married
is Phoebe
him.
Cates? Me in my dreams.
Phoebe-
I know.
Married to
No,
me.
Phoebe Cates
And-
is still
and-
with
and-
him.
and-
Kevin.
And Ben Orr is singing Life in
Kevin,
Stereo. Phoebe Cates, American actress.
They're still together. They've been together forever and ever.
Hold on. I'll find out.
So anyway, Phoebe and
All right.
her best friend, who was my friend, we all hung out in the 90s.
That is so wild,
In the
yeah.
city.
In the
New
city.
York.
Well, the city back when the city was rock,
You know,
She married to Kevin Klein.
that's
From the
thank
Kevin
you.
Klein.
Hello.
God.
I wanted to say Kevin. I
Huge.
said Kevin. Did I say Kevin or not?
You
He's
did
a bigger star
You
than
said
you.
Kevin a couple times.
Kevin
I got
Klein.
you.
There you
I
go.
couldn't think
All
of his
right.
last name. He's so good looking too. They are a perfect couple together. So he saw that scene from Fast Times at Ridgemont High and was like, I'm gonna marry her.
Yep.
So you know,
as
I mean,
all,
I guess-
as we all
What do you
did,
think?
you know.
what? Come on, that was quite a shot. You know, her getting up out of the pool,
I don't know
right?
how the hell I got here. It's a Cars belt buckle.
Oh, my
Phoebe
God.
Cates in the
Okay.
pool that led to her drum beat. Your drum
So-
beat, her drum is the beginning of the movie.
It's-
Literally, Fast Times at Ridgemont
that's
High
it.
begins
It's
Yes,
we've got
it
the
is.
woman
with
right
just
here.
you.
So, anyway,
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
We used to hang out in New York City quite a bit. It was
That
fun.
is so
Can we take
cool.
a break so we can go drink? I want to be done
Yeah,
with this.
yeah, yeah.
Can
Come
we
on,
be done
come on,
with the
come
radio?
on.
I love you guys, and yes.
For being wearing purple, these folks are going to get Maryland Lottery Instant
Oh,
Scratch.
nice.
August 3rd, we're going to be over Costas. August 4th, we're at Drug City. It's going to be my 25th anniversary, but it kind of feels like it started here with you today. Kind of like
That's so lovely.
I mean, I'm
So
blessed to be
lovely.
here. You know,
I'm
I
in
made,
anniversary mode. You know
Lovely,
what I mean?
lovely.
We got Gina shot here. I mean, listen, like, we got royalty.
Okay.
Oh, you're such an
I'm
angel.
out of
Thank
here.
you, darling.
I'm shutting this stuff down
All
before
right, I'm
somebody
taking
dumps a
the
drink on it. Gina Schock from the Go-Go's. Don's here. They're dropping the mic very loudly on the air. And we are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. We never stop talking. Hugs and kisses and the Go-Go's and Baltimore Positive.